Hi guys, and welcome to GISTUBE TV, where we thrill you with amazing video all day long. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to this channel and hit the notification bell after you subscribe to this. Hi beautiful people, and welcome back to this channel. Now in this video, we'll be doing one of the things I love to do the most. We'll be taking a tour of the web. So welcome to another episode of the World Web Tour with me. Yay, I clap for myself. Anyways guys, let's talk about the things that are trending at the moment, but let's do it with a twist like I always do. Now let's talk about divorces, let's talk about marriages, let's talk about happiness, and let's talk about coronation of a new king. All right guys, if this is your first time, before I go right into the video, please subscribe to this channel and also turn on the notification bell so you will not miss uploads from our end. I promise you exciting new videos every day. Moving on from that, if this is not your first time and you're also yet to subscribe, just do what the first timers have to do. You subscribe already so you will not miss uploads from our end too. Right, let's talk first off about Nigerian Yoruba activist, the agitator for Yoruba Nation, Sunday Igboho, and how he's still been in detention in Benin, Cotonou. Now, it is said that they've changed this man since they arrested him and they took him to jail because they fear that his mystical powers is going to set this man free. And I'm like, how do you think that someone who deals in the spiritual is going to be tied down by just your chain? I mean, if really he has this charm and this amount of power and he's deciding to not use it, and he's still there with you, it's because he's deciding to not use it, not necessarily because you've tied him down and he's not going to do anything about it. But then that's not what I'm here to talk about. Let's talk about divorces and what that is happening. Let's talk about the divorce and the pending doom of the marriage between Paul Okoye and his wife Anita Okoye. Together they have 3 children that are currently educating. They are studying in the United States of America. It's been reported early in the year that Anita Okoye relocated herself and her kids to the United States of America to get away from her husband Paul Okoye. Now they've been together for a very long time. They started dating in 2004 when Paul Okoye was still a struggling musician and a student of the University of Abuja, where they met, and they were together until 2014 where they got married in one in town, most spoken about wedding at that point. It was very large. They got married and whatnot, and together they have beautiful kids. But then report have it that she's filed for divorce from Paul Okoye on the basis of irreconcilable differences, which is what we hear when the celebrities want to just leave themselves. And people are saying, what is Paul doing wrong? Because remember that Paul has a brother, of course you know that, the P-Square, that actually broke up years after, and it's been said that the reason for the breakup of these guys and the irreconcilable difference that indeed happened between them is the fact that they got married, or the women in their lives. Peter got married to Lola Omotayo Okoye now, and Paul got married to Anita, and they're like, that was the beginning of the doom of the twinship between these guys, because family differences, wife differences, and their brother Jude Okoye, who was their manager, could not really reconcile them, so they left themselves. So now for Anita to be leaving Paul after the relationship between himself and his brothers is ruined, I'm like, why? But then Paul's attorney, Paul's counsel lawyer, says all we've been saying on social media is just hearsay and messes, because Anita Okoye has not legally or has not officially served Paul Okoye a divorce note, and that if he has seen it, Paul would have returned or filed, a response to Anita Okoye's demands and whatnot. That so since he has not gotten wind of it, he's not received any official documents that shows that Anita Okoye is requesting for a divorce from her husband, Eugene Okoye, who is Paul's counsel, has said we should dismiss it. So yes, we're going to dismiss it, and ultimately we're going to be dismissing the fact that she's requesting for 7.8 million naira as spousal benefits if the divorce should go through, because then she has to take care of their children that are schooling in the United States of America, and that's a lot of Nigerian money if indeed that is true, if they should go on with the divorce. But then talking about clashes and crashes of marriages, let's talk about Tonto Dike and a new Prince Charming, Prince Bakre, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, the Prince of Niger Delta from Delta State, who is a politician and also an entrepreneur, who is said to have started exhibiting some characters that Tonto Dike would find very unappealing in the course of their very short-lived relationship that they currently have, although they just recently made it social media official. So maybe they've been together for a while. I really don't know, and I'm really not interested in knowing that little detail about their affair. Now, it's been said that Tonto Dike's prince lives with her, and that right in front of her, in a very front, like it's not in a behind though, in a very front, in the front of her life, is bringing other girls to the home they share together to have quality quickie times with these girls. And it is said that these babes are not even chicks that he toasts himself. They are people that he brings because he got their contacts from a bimp and whatnot. And so now they see each other right in the very front of Tonto Dike's life. Although he said that the voice note we saw that it is not his voice and that he's going to come on live to say something about it, but then this man refused to come on live, and it's like, yes, we said it. I await Tonto Dike's response, or maybe because now she's a new person, according to her, she's probably not going to deem these speculations and rumors a response, and she would not say anything. But then it's Tonto Dike that I know would have actually said something by now, even if indeed it's true. But maybe that is why the prince is saying he's going to talk about it and address the rumors, because now she's trying to be very, what would I call it now, very calm about situations on social media. Maybe that is what is happening at the moment. I really don't know. I really cannot tell. Let's move on to something joyous that also happened on the web in the course of the week of the month. It is the coronation of the new Olu of Warri, Prince Orisheshola rather, Ekimo, who is now to be referred to as His Royal Highness Ogiame Atuwashe III of Warri Kingdom. He's an Ishekiri man. He's 37 years old. He's been married since 2014, which I feel like is a very huge feat. He's been got married in the United States in 2014 to his wife, Evie, and together they have 3 beautiful children. The coronation was well attended by dignitaries. It saw the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, pay homage to the king, who is 30, because it really made headline like, oh, an 87-year-old man in front of a 37-year-old man. And I'm like, this is culture, guys. This is culture, because if the Oni of Ife, if Obasanjo wants to say hi to the Oni of Ife, he's still going to kneel in front of him. If whoever you are wants to say hi to the Oni of Ife, you still have to come squat in front of him because you're respecting culture and whatnot. Another thing I'm talking about concerning the Olu of Warri is the fact that he enthroned his throne and his reign, in the hands of the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, and even held a worship session at his coronation. And people are like, this is what we want to see, yeah, this and that. But then I'm of the opinion that, of course, yes, there is a King of Kings, there is a Lord of Lords, there is one person who is universal and is Lord over all of us and even kings, and then you have to respect and pay homage to him and understand that your reign, you're just there as a custodian of the culture at the moment. You're not necessarily the king because you can't stand, okay, and whatnot. But then this is also a cultural thing. There was a Thanksgiving ceremony that was held the day after. The old worship and whatnot could have been scheduled and done then, rather than try to take away from, because this same man still did cultural rites, he still did sacrifices, he still broke a big calabash of water, he still had feathers in his head. And I'm like, okay, so if you get what I mean? Like, yeah, there's a place. Of course, you can't take away the Holy Spirit. I'm not trying to get religious here now, but I just feel like that was a little bit theatrical and really did not need that kind of drama and whatnot. We understand you're a Christian. We understand that you submit to the authority of God, but then you check your people culture. Just let them have that one day because you're leading them. But it's the people's favorite, so because people are not really saying anything about it, people are just like, oh yeah, sweet, great, beautiful. So I'm trying to not do a lot of things concerning it or be the one to ruin their parade. I'm going to just shut up and keep it under a wrap here. Finally, on this episode of the World Web Tour, let's talk about Big Brother Naija's ex-housemate, Tobi Bakre. What was the love interest of Sisi in the house? They were in the Double Wahala set. They were love interest, Tobi and Sisi, and that earned Sisi the nickname Sisi Beaters. of course, the relationship, they could not even have a relationship, right? But now he's getting married to another woman, and Anu Oladosu. Now, both of them try to keep their relationship on the wraps and to make it not really important and for not to say, but then we knew that something was going on between both of them. But I decided to just shut up because it's not my business. Whatever you make my business is what I'll make my business. So since Tobi has not made Anola does to my business, I didn't make it my business, but news have it, and we all have seen it, that both of them held their engagement ceremony very recently. We can only wish them the very best, and also pray for safe delivery for our expecting Anola does. Yes, Tobi Bakre is going to be a father any moment from now because his fiancée, now wife, is expecting a child. I'll see you in the next video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, thumbs up, that is to show that you like it. Share with people around you, enemies, friends, family, whoever you care to share it with. Please share with them, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.